Hey, it's Josh Steck, co-founder and CEO at Sunday. And Sunday helps homeowners get the best outcome when it's time to sell a house that needs some love. And a very important part of that is teeing up property investors to save time and make more money as they're investing in properties around the country.
And I'm Dave Steck. I am the co-founder and CEO of a company called Purpose Built Investments, which is our family-owned company that I happen to co-found with this guy, Josh. And by the way, Josh is my son.
So shortly after graduating from college, I kind of had some options on my hands. I could go into banking or consulting, or I could get involved with my family in the property investment business. And so I went out to Las Vegas and kind of checked things out, and pretty quickly realized that I could have a pretty big impact on the business, and that it would be fun and it would be really great to learn from my dad. So I moved out to Las Vegas in 2009, and we were at the time buying, renovating, selling some, holding some, ultimately got into hard money lending and lending to others that were property investors. But boy, I just love so much about property investment, the transformation of the home, the helping homeowners who maybe encountering tough times that need quick, easy, but also fair price for their home, but also helping property investors. In a lot of cases, we were selling these homes to landlords and people that were just trying to build a rental portfolio and have some passive income so they might be able to retire one day. So I love so much about the property investment category, and that's why I've stayed in it my entire career.
Well, I spent a lot of time in corporate America, and after leaving corporate America, I started some early stage companies. And fortunately, I had enough wealth to be able to do what I wanted to do, not what I had to do most of my life. So what did I do? Real estate investing. And that took myself and our family to a new level. And Josh and I have taken it to even a greater level together. I'm the luckiest guy on the planet to be able to work with you every day. And I would say, for those of you who may be listening, you may be wondering, what is it that I should do with my family? And I told you at the very beginning, you can either stay small and keep it all, or you can go big or go home, or you can just add a zero. So I don't know where you are in your life, I know where we are, but no matter where any of us are, if you can just add a zero to your income, if you can add a zero to your wealth, it puts you on a completely different trajectory when you're at that level.
Yep.
And frankly, I'm at the point now where you've outgrown me, and that's what I wanted as a dad. Yeah, I could have been a biological father, but I wanted to be a great dad, and the way to do that is to basically enable your son or daughter to be able to outgrow you and do something much bigger for many more people. If it weren't for the fact that we as a family started humbly. I started in a trailer park for the first 20% of my life, and we eventually got to the point where we wanted something more. And the only way to do that was to do something bigger, and to be able to do it with your family. To be able to make money, do good, have fun every day with your kids is like cheating, only legal. And I think you and I found that.
We did.
And how cool was that?
I'm always amazed when I'm talking to Sunday customers how many of them are family-owned businesses, where a son's working with a father who's working with a mother and the daughter. I mean, it can go deep, and cousins and grandparents get involved, and it's really fun. And as I reflect on our experience as a family-owned business, we were all adding a lot to the equation. You were focused on bringing a lot of the capital around the business, keeping the business organized and the back office systems in place, and finding a lot of our sources of supply. And then it was up to me to take it from there and do the underwriting and really figure out if this was an investment we wanted to make, and then carrying it forward from there and implementing the construction and overseeing the general contractors. We had Blake, my brother, who would get involved with staging the homes and selling the homes and making sure that part of the business was working like a machine. And so it was really the three of us together. And it really did take a family to kind of create that business, and how special it was.
It's pretty crazy, and I know that we've been able to put together a framework that has worked so well for our family, and we call it the 6 F's. You got to find it, you got to figure it, you got to fund it or finance it, you got to fix it, you got to fill it, and you got to flip it. And once you've got a framework like that, where you know it, you can really be purposeful and intentional and successful.
Yep.
And I'll never forget you and I talking about, well, which of those three are really the most important? And particularly in today's market, the two most important ones are finding it and funding it. And I always used to dream of the day when one of us would create a company where you'd find the property in a very competitive marketplace and then be able to provide the capital for the person who wanted that property. And to your credit, you created that at Sunday.
Yep.
And it is amazing.
It is. Yeah.
So congrats on that.
Thanks. I think there's a seventh F that we do pretty well with, having fun part.
Oh yeah. Yep. Gotta have fun.
Gotta have fun.
That's a big one too.
I learned a lot from you. And I've thought a lot about this. I mean, there's three really big ones that I think those that are listening probably benefit from, or working with their family and learning from their mom or their dad. And the three things are doing more with less, staying really, really disciplined in your due diligence and underwriting and being detail oriented. And the third is persevering through adversity. I mean, there were a lot of times where it got tough and things were thrown our way we didn't expect. And just coming together and putting our, having 1 + 1 = 3 and putting our minds together and getting through it was a really special experience.
The thing that's the craziest to me is the evolution of technology in just the last 12 or 13 years since we've been doing this. Yep. And you think about what you've been able to create at Sunday now in terms of basically people being able to go on a phone app and being able to pull up all the information that they'd need in order to make an informed decision. That is crazy in a decade.
Which is something that, as part of EDGE, the new Sunday membership program, we're really trying to bring that mastermind, that learning best practices from others, and we're trying to bring it to the masses so that everybody can benefit from it.
The biggest piece of advice that I can give all you great dads out there is to make first and foremost your family and your kids your why. Because the bigger the why you have with them, the more successful you will be. Because at the end of the day, they're counting on you, whether they tell you or not, they're counting on you. So even if you don't do it for yourself, do it for them, because they deserve it.
Well, thanks so much for spending the time here. This has been a lot of fun, Pops. And before I forget, happy Father's Day.
And happy Father's Day to you. I love you, bud.
Love you too, Pops.